Nobody has any silver. That is the sentence echoing through the halls of every major bullion dealer in America this morning. What was once a warning is now a reality. The physical supply chain has officially snapped. As of today, January 13, 2026, the United States Mint has taken the unprecedented step of pulling silver products from its website for a pricing review to move they only make when the market is moving too fast for their bureaucracy to handle. But the truth is much darker. With silver just gapping to $86 an ounce, the Mint isn't just reviewing prices. They are staring at empty vaults. Let's look at the numbers. On Monday, January 12th, the silver market did something we haven't seen in decades. It gapped up to $86.22. This wasn't a slow climb. It was a violent jump fueled by a perfect storm of chaos. First, the news that Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell is reportedly under investigation by the Department of Justice sparked a massive rotation out of the US dollar and into trust-based hard assets. When people lose faith in the Fed, they buy silver. And when they all buy at once, the system breaks. The US Mint is now signaling massive delays. Authorized purchasers are being told to expect at least an 8-week wait for Silver Eagle shipments. Think about that. The official mint of the world's largest economy cannot fulfill orders for its primary silver coin. Dealers are already pricing Silver Eagles at $100 to $110 each, even while the spot price sits at $86. We are seeing premiums of 20% to 30% become the new normal. Why? Because blanking capacity has hit a wall. The Mint needs silver blanks to make coins, but those blanks are being diverted to the industrial giants who are willing to pay any price to keep their factories running. This is where the China factor comes in. As of January 1, 2026, Beijing has implemented a strict new export licensing regime for silver. China has named only 44 companies authorized to export the metal. They have effectively weaponized the silver supply chain. By cutting off the flow of physical silver to Western mints, China is forcing a global physical-to-paper divergence. In Shanghai, silver is already trading at a massive premium compared to London and New York. The G7 is panicking. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is calling emergency meetings, but you can't print silver like you print money. Look at the industrial black hole. Silver was newly designated as a U.S. critical mineral this week. Why? Because the AI revolution and the green energy transition are eating the world's silver supply. Every solar panel, every AI server, every high-tech weapon system requires silver. The U.S. Mint is now competing for metal against the military-industrial complex and tech giants like Tesla and Samsung. Guess who wins that fight? It's not the coin collector. It's the state and the mega corporations. The rule change is happening right now. Physical silver is being prioritized for national security, leaving the retail market in a permanent shortage. What does an 8-week delay really mean? It means the just-in-time delivery system is dead. If you don't have it in your hand, you don't own it. We are seeing a 180% year-over-year increase in silver prices, and yet, demand is higher now at $86 than it was at $30. This is a classic Veblen goods scenario where the higher the price goes, the more people want it because they realize it's vanishing. The US Mint Halt is the ultimate sell signal for the US dollar and a buy signal for anyone who understands that you cannot have an 8-week delay on a currency and expect it to remain a currency. The $86 gap is just the launch pad. Analysts like Sunil Reddy and even Peter Schiff are pointing out that this acceleration phase is trapping everyone who tried to call a top at $50 or $70. The banks who are short are being liquidated. The US Mint is paralyzed. And the physical metal is moving into strong hands sovereign nations and industrial giants. If you can still find physical silver at your local dealer, even with a premium, you might be looking at the last window of availability before 8 weeks turns into indefinite. The era of cheap silver is over. The era of available silver is ending. This isn't a market rally. It's a structural repricing of the world's most undervalued asset. The U.S. Mint has given you the final warning. When the government stops selling, you know the shortage is real. Stay vigilant. Protect your wealth. Stay in the physical. I'll be tracking the Mint's next move and the fallout from the Powell investigation, so make sure you're subscribed. See you in the next report.